Welcome back to another episode of WILDwatch Virtual Safaris. I'm Chris, and today here in the Sabi Sands region, we are going to be looking for the animal that the Sabi Sands is probably the most known for, and that would be leopard. Now let's see if we can head out there and spot them before they spot us. Here in the Sabi Sands, leopards are known for being quite relaxed around vehicles. And we're going to be looking everywhere. We're going to be scanning in the trees, looking on the road, looking on the ground, under bushes, and especially in the trees if they've got maybe carcasses or if there's signs of them having a carcass, the trees are a good place to look. There's a lot of hyenas in this area, and that's actually one of the signs I'm going to be looking for. Not necessarily the hyenas themselves, but maybe listening out for their calls, maybe a lot of cackling or excitement or a lot of contact calling, or on the road if there's lots of tracks indicating that there's a lot of hyenas in the area. Hyenas are known for following other predators, especially things like wild dogs and leopard, just because of how successful those predators are when hunting. So looking for hyena activity in the area is a good way to start. Let's check these tracks. So these are the kinds of signs I was talking about. So this is a hyena track, and if I come out a little bit, look at how many tracks there are. And they're not just going one direction, they're going up and down this road. So these hyenas, I mean, there could be a den site close by, and maybe this is just one of the main routes that they use. It could also mean that these hyenas were looking for something late last night. Let's continue on our search. So these look like the culprits of those tracks we found. And there's a couple hyenas here. There's actually 3. It looks like 2 adults and a youngster. But that one female looks quite heavily pregnant. She's got a very round belly and her teats are quite swollen. So it looks like there's actually a den site very close by here. So those tracks are probably from these hyenas heading out away from the den site to forage during the night, but I don't think they're going to stick around for much longer. And especially if there is a den site here, we don't know how many youngsters are here. If it's just this sort of youngish, half-grown hyena, or if there's maybe some younger cubs hidden away somewhere close by. One of the other guides has actually called in a small pack of wild dogs on the radio, and it's very close to where we're searching for this leopard. So I think I'm going to head there and see what they're up to. I've just arrived here with these wild dogs, and there's currently only 4 of them standing in the road, but I heard the other day that there has been a pack of 5 seen roaming close by to this area. So I wonder if this isn't the same pack of wild dogs. And I say this because if you watch their behavior, look at how they all spread out. They sometimes group together and then they split again, but they're all staring off in different directions. Their ears are going, they're listening very, very carefully around them. So I think what might have happened here is that maybe they were chasing some impala. There are some impala in the background behind me as well, and they do keep looking in that direction. But I think they may be split off, and one of their pack members disappeared, maybe after an impala, and now these 4 weren't successful, so they've managed to rejoin and regroup, but they're still missing that one pack member, and they want to see if either it comes back to fetch them, to take them to a carcass, or if maybe it was unsuccessful as well and so it's coming back to maybe try hunt something else. Look, look, look. The one male keeps trying to mate with this female, and I mean, normally it is the alpha male that will mate with the alpha female. However, in this particular pack, the alpha male actually has a collar on, and these collars you'll see a lot within the region of the Kruger National Park, the Sabi Sands, and the reason for those collars is actually so that they can keep track and monitor the population of African wild dogs across this region. And so by collaring that male, they now know where the pack is, because the pack will follow the alpha pair. But this is not the alpha male that's busy trying to mate with the female. It's a male that doesn't have a collar. But maybe there's been a dominance change. Maybe there's been some hierarchical changes within the pack. He's more than likely the beta male, so the male that's second in charge. And so once the alpha male dies, or maybe he gets pushed out of the pack for whatever reason, that beta male will then take over from that alpha male, and so he will become the new alpha. And that could be the reason that this alpha female is also tolerating him mating with her. Oh, look, 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 they're about to mate again. Oh look, there's a fifth pack member. Oh, it's running, oh my word, it's going after the impala. Alright, so we have lost the wild dogs. We're now all trying to figure out exactly where they went. They just took off at a high speed after those impala, and it looked like they maybe singled one out, and that's what they continued chasing. So let's keep checking some of the areas around here, but let's see. Let's try and find where these dogs have gone. There's a leopard in the tree. There's a leopard in the tree. And the wild dogs are just below the tree. This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen. There's a leopard sitting in a tree with the wild dogs feeding on an impala right underneath the tree. So what it looks like has happened here is I was just looking at that leopard with binoculars, and let me just take a closer look again. Yeah, there's definitely, so it looks like there's some blood on its chest. So I think what might have happened here is when the wild dogs were chasing those impala, they may have chased an impala into the leopard, or maybe just came across the leopard already having killed an impala, and they've actually treed this leopard. They've chased him up the tree and they've stolen his carcass from him. I mean, a lucky break for the wild dogs, especially after running all of that distance. They're not super far from where we found them, but they were running at quite a pace. But I feel so sorry for the leopard. That must be really a big loss for him, because he's probably taken up a lot of energy trying to catch that impala, only to have it stolen by these wild dogs. And these wild dogs are not going to let go of it anytime soon, I don't think. I was just looking at these wild dogs a little bit more closely, and I've just noticed it appears to be the alpha female, because the one male actually keeps trying to mate with her all the time. And it actually looks like she's missing her right eye entirely, and that's why it looks slightly more squashed. It almost looks more like a line rather than a full eye. And that could have been from a variety of things. Could have been maybe running into a stump when they were chasing something, but it does make this pack quite distinguishable then. Oh my goodness, these wild dogs are having none of it. They saw that leopard trying to get out of the tree and they chased him right back up there. They know that he'll pose a threat to them if they let him come down, and I think they're taking advantage of the fact that he appears to be very inexperienced and not sure what to do. He might want to come down to try and get away from the wild dogs, but he might also be looking for an opportunity to run in and steal back that meal. Oh look! Oh no! There's a hippo! There's a hippo! I don't know where to look. There's a leopard in the tree, there's wild dogs feeding on an impala, and there's a hippo watching the wild dogs. Probably watching us watching the wild dogs and going, what is wrong with you guys? This is madness. I love how that hippo just watched those wild dogs for a while, yawned, and then just walked away. As though it was a casual Sunday afternoon. He just had no interest in what was going on. Well, there's only 4 of the 5 wild dogs here at the moment, but I'm sure that that other one is not too far. As soon as it hears the commotion, it'll be in here very quickly. But I don't think there's going to be much of this impala left, so it better hurry, because these wild dogs are feeding in such a frenzy. They're really trying to tuck in and get the biggest share that they possibly can. I mean, imagine being this leopard and you've just had your carcass stolen by wild dogs, and now you have to watch them feeding on your meal that you rightfully caught right underneath the tree that you're sitting in. I mean, it must be a terrible feeling for that leopard. But, oh look, the leopard's trying to get out the tree. It looks like the wild dogs have lost interest and they're actually heading off in another direction. And it looks like this leopard wants to come back and steal what is left of that carcass. Can he make it back to the tree before the dogs get back though? Well done to the leopard. He's managed to steal that carcass back and he's now hoisted it into the very top branches of the tree. Oh, and here come the wild dogs. Oh, they don't look very happy. I think they're starting to realize what's happened. The leopard got away with a few scraps, but at least it's better than nothing. It doesn't look like he's going to be moving anywhere anytime soon. There's a lot of shade in that tree and there's a few wild dogs still lurking around. So I'm going to leave him to enjoy his spoils in peace. But what a sighting. We had leopard, wild dog, and a hippo all in the same sighting. It's just incredible. Join us again next time on another WILDwatch Virtual Safari and see what other mayhem we can come across. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you never have to miss out on another WILDwatch Virtual Safari.